What is going on, everybody? I apologize for last episode with that very loud intro. I was trying something out, and we got some feedback, and that feedback was never do that again. But what up? It's the DSG. Matt and Mike Devine are here. It is March 10th, and we're here to talk some Pods baseball, some San Diego sports. Like our guy Iron Swan in the chat says, kick back, crack a Modelo, listen to some gospel, baby. Mike Devine, how we living, brother?
I love that. Living good, man. Excited to talk some ball. And the season's right around the corner, man.
Dude, season's like almost here, bro. You're starting to you could tell the season's almost here too when you start seeing the lineups, and like every day you start getting, Toddy's in the lineup every day.
Yeah.
Manny's in the lineup, even though Manny's been a little bit ever since they said he kind of messed up his back. Homeboy hasn't been looking too hot at the plate, but he'll be all right. What up, everybody in the chat, man? Alberto, Reka, Scott, Kyle, Alberto again, 619 Cam, DSG Discord. Yes, we actually just released a Discord. So if you want to talk some San Diego sports, Pods, baseball in general, anything, hop in our Discord. It's in the link in this YouTube description. It's also on our Twitter. It's fun. Yeah, we got a lot of good people in there. But let's talk. Hey, as everybody kind of starts getting in here, we got a lot to talk about, man. Like you mentioned, Mies, season's almost here, brother. And when the season's almost here, hey, there's some decisions to be made, as we said. And one guy who's making a name for himself in a case for the roster is Gavin Sheets, bro. Gavin Sheets. He's sheeting all over the ball. Stay sheeting, as they say. Dude, this dude, who was the last lefty? I guess you could say Juan Soto. Who was the last lefty true power hitter on the Pods, bro? Because this fucker comes up there, Gavin Sheets. Yeah, let me hear it.
Ryan Schimpf.
Schimpf Scampy? Schimpf Scampy? And Schimpf Scampy's younger than Manny Machado. You know that?
That is actually insane. There's no way that's true.
I'm pretty sure that's true, dude. Ryan Schimpf. I'm pretty sure
Ryan
he's
31 years old rookie.
Bro, I'm pretty sure he's
36. He's 36, dude. He's 36. Come on.
Just completely wrong. Sorry about that. I didn't. He's younger than you, Darvish, I guess. Chat's going crazy about Gavin Sheets, bro. This dude
fully bought in
on Gavin Sheets.
I like that he's a bomber, right?
It's kind of electric having a bomber.
It is. But yeah, I guess we've had enough guys that just go. I mean, we have 3 that already just go up there and strike out anyways. At least we can run into a moonshot every now and then.
Well, bro, I'm like, if you're gonna say Gavin Sheets, right, against righties, you have him DH, and then on the bench, they bring in, you can make some things happen. I love this dude. I think when was the last time we had a lefty off the bench that hits fucking nukes, dude? We last year we didn't have one.
No.
I think, yeah, Eggy against lefties, Gavin Sheets against righties. That's not a bad little bench, 2 guys to have come up in a big spot in the 7th inning.
I'm with it.
Yeah, Kyle says rather have Tirso DH. I see Brett Wallace, legend.
Nah, the Walrus never had that much pop though.
The Walrus. I don't know, dude. Gavin Sheets, I won't lie. And maybe it's because we've not seen a lot of homers this spring. Gavin Sheets hitting that ball, bro. That dude's special, dude. At least the bombs he hit are special. Like how he pimped that bomb today. Were you watching or no?
I was. I mean, listen, he has mad power. I'll give him that. But I just don't know if I can.
On today, dude. It was sheeted on today.
I just don't know, if I can sit there and how many home runs realistically you think he hits this year if he plays every day?
If Gavin Sheets plays the entire season with the Pods and is a platoon bench bat, I could see him hitting 15 homers, but I could also see him hitting 220.
He had 451 at bats last year, and he had 10 home runs. Like he played.
Yeah, but that was on the White Sox, bro. That team had no VAR.
Played 100. The last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Negative 0.4 WAR, negative 1.5 WAR, negative 1 WAR.
He's
so
a
losing
he's
baseball,
bro. He's literally so due to be a beast, though, bro. Mike, Hey, don't tell me you didn't feel something when you saw him hit that bomb today, bro. That ball was. I literally was like, "Oh shit, dude!" Like I audibly said that. That was a nuke, dude.
I think he can run into one every now and then. I don't know if that's worth keeping him on a roster when you're trying to win. His OPS last year was 660. His OPS in 2023 was 599.
Yeah, that's not great.
I mean,
but he's fighting for a roster spot, bro.
Okay, and he had free reign. He had free reign last year.
Yeah, but he was also on the worst team in baseball, no protection. Now you're batting, 7th on this Padres team.
That argument's so flawed, dude.
You think so?
The worst, no protection is flawed. He's going to have no protection again with where he's going to hit in the lineup. Xander Bogaerts and Jake Cronenworth, there's no protection.
Valid.
He's not hitting between Merrill and Tatis.
Yeah. I agree with Hung Sloth, bro. Great name, by the way. No VAR competition. Realistic Padres fan. He did. Hey, that swing today did give me a little Schwarbo energy, bro. I won't lie. That ball was.
He's not even close. He's not even in this.
I literally
below.
Bro, I literally just said it was the energy, bro. The energy. He gave me a little Schwarbo energy. Dude, that ball was nuked, and he's hit a couple nukes this season already. This spring.
I mean, the difference between Gavin Sheets, the real key difference between Gavin Sheets and Kyle Schwarber is I don't think Gavin Sheets has ever taken a walk in his career.
That's a good point.
Kyle Schwarber walks 100 plus times a year. There's like a difference. It's like Kyle Schwarber is closer to Juan Soto than Gavin Sheets is to.
I agree, but at the same time, like, dude, as VAR guys, Gavin Sheets, did you see how he pimped that ball?
Yeah, no, man, I like it. Listen,
let's go. Hey, let me go. Matt, got to come back to reality. I agree, but it is fun.
You're gonna get us copyrighted by playing this video, by the way, so be careful.
No, I was gonna pull up the Padres. Dude, the picture of him pimping it, bro. Gavin Bonds, bro. That's kind of what I was feeling. One sec. He hit an absolute nuke job. Do they have? Nah, no picture. Sorry. Well, it's still light out, dude.
I just don't get the allure. I like that. Listen, I love home runs. Right? I love them. I'm a big fan. I think it's great, but I think Jackson Merrill has more. I think he'll hit 30 home runs this year.
Dude, no one's comparing Gavin Sheets to Jackson Merrill.
No, I'm just saying we have
off the bench right now. Would you rather have a guy that hits a nuke every now and then? Matt Stairs vibes?
Against who? As opposed to who?
So
what roster spot does he take? Who's? I need the name. I don't want just he's going to be on the bench. I get that. He's not a starter, but give me the name.
Roster spot. That is a tough one.
Connor Joe's spot? You want him to take Connor Joe's spot?
I'll say Connor Joe. Connor Joe's an on-base machine.
Connor Joe has like a fucking 850 OPS this spring. Gavin Sheets has a 750 and he's hit 3 home runs. The guy can't do anything else. And I like him.
He has a couple options. So you have him in the minors. You store him up there. I won't lie.
You put that guy in fucking AAA El Paso. He's going to be looking like Gavin Bonds.
Eggy.
Come on, guys.
What up, Luke? Appreciate you watching. Yeah, if everybody in the chat, hey, make sure to like this stream up. I'll get some eyeballs on this bad. Low-key Gurriel ain't bad. Would you rather have Gurriel or Gavin Sheets?
Gavin Sheets.
All right. Would you rather have Tyler Wade or Gavin Sheets?
Who?
Tyler Wade or Gavin Sheets?
Tyler Wade's a super utility, man. You could put Tyler Wade in right. You could put him at short. You could put him at third. You could probably put him at first. The guy knows how to play.
Tyler Wade's staying too because the Kevin Acee article said he's like the guy. Everybody on the team's favorite. Yeah. They said he's your favorite Padres' favorite Padre, which is a great line. That also, if he has any good plays other than T Rizzy, I think his new nickname this year should be your favorite Padres' favorite Padre. That's sick, dude. Tyler Wade used to date Alex Earl.
Wade's also a good bench guy, man. He's a guy that you can pinch run. You can play. Dude, what it is I went to a bachelor party in Vegas this weekend, and I am just exhausted. So if I'm low energy, I apologize. daylight savings plus an early flight out of Vegas has absolutely
Yap.
beat the
Bro,
brakes off me.
this is what pays the bills, Measy. We need you full energy at
Tyler
the
Warning. Listen, Scott says Tyler Warning track power. I don't even think he's got warning track power, but he's a great player. You could stick him anywhere and he gets the job done.
People are calling out Mises VAR today.
Come on, guys. Come on.
We need that energy up. I was surprised. I will say I'm surprised you aren't all in on Gavin Sheets, bro.
Dude,
he's ripping. The ball he hit today it had me feeling things, bro.
If he had a better season,
all-time low VAR, bro.
Come on, guys. If he had a better season in his career than what we're seeing right now, right? Like a dude with -3 career WAR at 28 years old, like it's not like he's done it before. He even in his good season, he had 11 home runs in a 830 OPS. Like if he could do that. Good. If he could do that, I'll take it. But he's not. He can't play defense. So
people are saying you got to get on the sheet. You're not sheeting enough, bro. I think you need to just allow yourself to sheet.
How about I'll put my reputation on the line here.
Let's do it.
Put my reputation on the line. Right. Also, chat. Sometimes it's good to have differing takes. That's how you build a show. So just be aware of that. That's how me and Matt, we used to do the show all the time. We would agree with each other. No one watched. They're like,
we'd be like,
great take, man.
This is really good too.
Hey, great take. Oh yeah, you too. All right. This sucks. Listen, I'll put my reputation on the line here. I don't think Gavin Sheets makes opening day. I don't think he makes the opening day roster. I don't see whose spot he takes. He's not taking Tyler Wade, who is a bench guy. I think that, honestly, I'm not even kidding. They need another outfielder out there that can play defense. Brandon Lockridge is probably going to make the team.
Yeah.
Brandon Lockridge is going to make the team. Yuli Gurriel, have fun in El Paso.
Well, I bet you he'll totally, Yuli Gurriel will totally be like, all right, just make me a free agent. I'm not going to El Paso.
He was in minor leagues for the Royals last year. He's going to go to El Paso.
I think.
And then he was in the minor leagues for the Royals and then started their first game of the postseason somehow.
So of the three, Tyler Wade, or no, not Tyler Wade, sorry. Of the three right now, Gavin Sheets, you got Tirso Ornelas, and Brandon Lockridge. Which of those three? You're saying B-Lock makes the team? Yeah, people are saying Mies needs a little bump. How about an espresso shot? We don't need a bump.
Come on. If you want me to go make an espresso shot, I can. But that's mid-show. I think I'm good, fellas. Is Me's bar still on the table for 100 likes? Hey, man.
If Me's, if this hits 100 likes, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers too. Iron
Swan with a bold take there, man.
Let me see.
Sheets will be as productive as Higgy. You know what? If that's the type of bump I need, then I'm gonna take that bump, okay? Because
he hits nukes. Guys, who on our bench right now hits nukes? Tyler Wade doesn't hit nukes. Brandon Lockridge doesn't hit nukes.
Yeah, but think about it.
Lacey doesn't hit nukes. We have no one on our bench right now. No power.
Think about everybody else's bench though, and what team's bench is you really only should have one home run or bust guy on your team. If this is what you want to say,
that's kind of what. I guess the argument would be how the Padres are set up as a team is we're a hit first team. We're not necessarily a team that is going for a bunch of.
We haven't actually even hit first yet this year, though.
Yeah, it is spring training, but I won't lie. If spring training is any indication, it might be a long year in the pods.
I like
Padres. Our boy Lucas Johns says. Eric's crazy. Tirso is hitting 260 with 20 nukes. I love it. Dude, I made that video yesterday. I think Tirso has potential to be a really I don't think he's gonna have a Jackson Merrill. I don't think he's gonna have a Jackson Merrill rookie season, but I could totally see him having a season like that.
I'm on Tirso train. I like Tirso. I think if you had to choose between Sheets, Lockridge, Tirso, you got to take Tirso. Mainly because, Matt, I love loyalty. And Tirso Ornelas has never asked for a release. He's been in the system since God knows.
Yeah, what the fuck does this guy have to do?
I was in high school.
What does this guy have to do to get a shot?
Hit 600 in the spring?
He's doing well right now, man.
350.
I mean, it's ball. And the thing about Tirso is they keeps talking about it. His strikeouts are way down and his walks are way up, man.
And he's from Tijuana, bro. He's through and through SoCal, baby.
I just find it interesting because like you have all these guys competing for a spot. Kyle says Tirso should be the everyday DH. It's interesting.
I'm trying to see what the projections are for his season if he
Tom has a good point.
Make it.
Spring doesn't matter. Padres legend Trace Thompson is the best player in baseball. Some would say he is the best player, but no, just kidding. I do agree spring is a little bit, but spring does matter for guys like Tirso, for guys like Gavin Sheets, for guys like Jonathan Perlaza, Yanni Barrels, who, as we know, Yanni Barrels has not been good. Yanni Barrels has been
well, he got sent down.
Yeah, he got sent down. I really wanted, but Yanni Barrels, and I think someone in the comments said this earlier. Yanni Barrels is Gavin Sheets is doing what we thought Yanni Barrels would do. Gavin Sheets is getting up there. He's fucking swinging a hot stick, dude. I mean, how many more homers does Gavin Sheets have to hit this spring to make the squad, in your opinion? Let's say there's 12 more games left.
I just truthfully don't think there's a spot for him. I just don't think he's making it. Like, I don't think there is a spot for him on this team. We have too many fringe guys, right? And it doesn't all just boil down to, listen, if you, and Matt, I know you're going to say, well, he doesn't have protection. If you played 140 games for the White Sox last year, you have 500 ABs and you hit 10 home runs, am I supposed to believe you hitting 3 home runs in spring means you're a changed player? Like, maybe I'd like to see him go down. I don't want to get rid of him because I think there's a lot of potential there. But like,
a lot of potential. Why wouldn't you just have him up?
I think I'd like to see him do it on a long-term basis. Like, I'd like to see him go down to AAA with the Pods, right, and get a rhythm going, smash the fuck out of the baseball in AAA, and then if he's playing out of his mind, maybe don't pull the Ty France 2016 and trade the dude away when he's hitting 400. But if he's hitting 400, call him up and give him an opportunity. I think Tirso deserves an opportunity more than Gavin Sheets does for the San Diego Padres. I think Tirso is more versatile. I don't think Gavin Sheets has played a lick of defense in his career. Like, I'm just saying, if you're going to DH, Matt, if you're going to be a DH only, you have to hit the baseball. And just because you hit 3 home runs, how many hits does he have in spring training? 3? And they're all home runs? Listen, if he hit 70 hits a year, if he only has 70 hits this year and 70 of them are home runs, put him on the goddamn field. I'll be fine with that. But that's unrealistic.
All right. I like Pat Man's take. Estrada started in the minors last year, got up, made a real difference. Yanni and Sheets can do the same thing. Luke says, I love that Matt's only argument is Sheets hit a home run today. It's actually so facts, dude. Literally the only I honestly have no other argument other than his homer today was pretty sick.
All right, how about I'll give you the Fangraphs predictions, right? For Gavin Sheets and Tirso Ornelas, and you're gonna have to tell me which one you'd rather have. All right.
Yeah.
You there?
Well, no, yeah, I'm here. I mean, dude, I already said Tirso, 100%.
I know. But I'm giving this to Chad too. 129 games, Gavin Sheets, 12 home runs, 48 RBIs, negative 0.5 WAR. He just must be. I mean, we've only seen 125 games, 13 homers, 61 RBIs, 1.2 WAR.
Yeah, sorry, I got to move. Wi-Fi's cooked, dude. Sorry.
That's always great.
DSG difference, baby.
I'm also
DSG difference.
You cannot teach that, bro.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with let's see, Allie's working in here. All right, cool. Let me move over by the router. Cool. You guys almost got my feet in there. That'd have been crazy. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's simple, bro. It's simple. Tirso, yes. Sheets, no. But Sheets got some fucking pop, bro. We need
PSG with the Temu Wi-Fi.
I mean, bro, I wish my Wi-Fi was better, bro. It's so.
I don't really understand how it's so bad. But it happens. Listen, it happens. Nothing you can do about it.
What up? Okay, we're done with the Cease stuff, or we're done with the Sheet stuff. Sheet, Cease, White Sox, all that stuff. Let's talk about AJ Preller going on and saying that he's keeping Dylan Cease and he's keeping Michael King. He says this legitimately right after Jeff Passan tweets that Gerrit Cole is going to get Tommy John surgery. So Gerrit Cole's out for the season. Grayson Rodriguez on the Baltimore Orioles, his shoulder's cooked. Their pitcher right now, I think who's their Kyle Gibson? Their fucking
Zach Eflin.
Zach Eflin opening day starter for a team that
Padres farmhand.
Zach Eflin opening day starter for a team that is trying to win a World Series that's just not going to happen. So you start to see price of the brick going up a little bit, because if we continue to say, Mike, Dylan Cease will not re-sign with the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
Given our financial situation, given Boris, all that stuff. So
I got a good take.
With Dylan Cease, hey, why don't you just and Preller saying, hey, yeah, no way we trade this guy.
So
see what you can get for these fucking guys.
I have a completely differing opinion there. And this is really tough to determine, right? But think about last year and some of the injuries that happened in situations that happened with the Padres, right? Joe Musgrove pretty much hurt the entire year. Yu Darvish has a family situation, takes a couple months off of the season.
Hey,
you never know what could happen to the rotation depth on our team. So if you're going to go out there and say, all right, well, this team needs a pitcher, we're going to, trade Dylan Cease and then recoup some value, you could very well be fucking trading for a starter at the deadline.
That's fact.
So it's like,
the return of Martin Perez.
Point if you're going to end up being a contender to go back and then trade for a starter at the deadline, like that logic, like Preller's logic of keeping them both makes sense. You know why? What happens if one of them goes down early? What happens if Michael King?
What happens if one of them goes down early? We're screwed.
That's what I'm saying. We're double. We're triple fucked. If we're triple fucked if we trade Cease and then Michael King gets on an IL stint, we're fucking quadruple fucked.
Yeah, that's a good
point. That's why you have to keep both of them, because you need overhead. Why do you think all these other teams are trying? You know why the Yankees need Dylan Cease? Because Gerrit Cole's their only starter. We have two aces.
Hey, respect Marcus Stroman, bro.
Dude, I'm just saying. Listen, I know everyone's agreeing with my take. I cooked. So thank you, Dad.
This fucking guy, bro. Low energy Mies is having a day.
W's in the chat.
W's in the chat. Contract Iron Swan contract year for Cease and King will be insane. I honestly think you keep them until the deadline. But man, dude, if we're not rolling at the deadline, you totally trade. 100%. If you try to get
you trade both. You trade both.
You trade
both.
I completely agree.
Matt? This is the issue, right?
I hope we don't have to.
No, this is the issue I have. This team is not far away. Like this team, in my opinion, right? Obviously, we got some crazy production out of Higgy, out of Pro last year on small deals. I fucking love the Pivetta signing. That's another guy in the rotation that we have.
And we get Musgrove back next year.
Dude, I'm saying there's next year, rotation-wise, with Pivetta and Musgrove and Darvish, if you manage to keep one of King or Cease, because it is. That's why, Rick. Because it is. We've died every season. What do you mean? We've died every season. We're trying to live for one. You kidding? Come on, Rick. Trade Chella Jerry as GF posted it.
No way. We're gonna need to see. We're gonna need to see that. I don't think that's the reason. I'm pretty sure Jerry's from LA, so his girlfriend probably is a Dodgers fan.
Jerry probably grew up a Dodgers fan, but you know what? He's a Pods fan now, and that's all that matters. We need a catcher that can hit and play defense. I'll tell you what, we're gonna have a catcher that can play defense, but he's not gonna be able to hit. There's not going to be any hitting coming from that catcher. So just be prepared. No catcher that can hit. Not re-signing Higgy was a big, big mistake, but it is what it is. Elias Diaz, nice play today. throwing out Ellie De La Cruz.
Hey,
Pretty
you know
badass.
who also had a nice little throw there is my guy Cam, bro. If Crony knew how to catch a baseball, yeah.
Yeah.
But Crony, I mean, man, that dude is
He's
you
on.
can tell. I'm gonna
He's
say
on.
this. Not that social media is everything. But man, you could tell when people turn on a player and when they turn hard. Crony and Xander are the two that get probably cooked the most, dude. I would say. Wandy Peralta's up there, but
you have to remember. You have to remember who's.
This is a great question. What?
If we're exactly, I think we actually answered this Houdini in one of. I think I asked this question a while back. It's a great question because we had the situation unfold 2 years ago when we were still like kind of in the hunt, but not really. And
it's had literally the Blake Snell 2022, exactly. 2023 situation.
That's a great question, Houdini. If we're one game above or below, God, I it's stupid. You keep them, man. You keep them. And the reason why, Matt, I know that this team, the pen is there, right? The pen is there. The rotation would be there. The offensive players are there. They're not.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you. I know you don't.
No, but I get that. I was going to say,
you don't waste a year of Machado. Yeah. Like you can't just keep fucking punting. One day you're going to just have to say, fuck it. If we lose Michael King, we're going to give him a competitive offer after the season. If we lose him, we lose him, but we need him because what if this team, here's not my biggest issue because I think it's smart sometimes, right? I think it's smart sometimes to trade at the deadline, right? And sell. My issue though is what if you sell and then that team goes on a run and then in the postseason, you need a game 3 in the NLDS or you need a game 5 in the NLDS. And you have to throw, no disrespect, I love you, but like throwing you again a year older in the last game of the playoffs, like it's just you need a bona fide.
I mean, I will say, I hate to say it, compared to Michael King and Dylan Cease in the playoffs, or at least in the against the Dodgers. Against the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Yu Darvish was by far the best.
I'll give you Cease.
Yu Darvish was Michael King gave up that grand slam to Teoscar.
Okay.
Yu Darvish.
They won that game. And what happened?
Cease what happened?
I know. That's why he's expendable. I'm saying Michael King, game 1 against the Braves. We were there.
People are saying the Tigers situation where they traded Flaherty, went on a run.
Yeah. And then guess what? They're in the playoffs. Like,
I mean, Flaherty wouldn't have helped either. That motherfucker was trash in the playoffs. He got hella lucky.
Yeah, I agree with that. But listen, it is funny though. He did go back to the Tigers. So technically we could end up with Michael King if we did have to trade him. But that's
I don't know, man. I think with the players that are going down right now, I wouldn't be surprised come May if a team overpays for Cease, I'd trade him right now.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually Chad's kind of cooking, and I agree
with Kyle Hart. And it's looking like if Pavetta's legit, we could get rid of Cease, not right now, but in the future at the deadline, and still be a competitive team.
How many wins do you think Dylan Cease brings this team?
4. He's like a 4-war guy, right?
And how many wins do you think Kyle Hart brings this team?
1.5.
And what's the normal gap most years between like wild card 1, wild card 2, wild card 3?
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's like 1
or 2. So when you trade away 3 wins or 2 wins, 2.5 wins,
but what are you getting back?
Fat risk.
Getting back.
You're probably not getting back anybody that's contributing today. It would be my guess.
I mean, you're not trading.
The only reason we had a Michael King come back last year is because we traded the generational fucking hitter, right?
Yeah.
And then if you think about the other 2 players, well, 3, Higgy.
Yeah.
Thank God he turned into who he did because he saved us last year, but realistically was a throw-in in that trade. And then the 2 prospects, I don't know if they're going to be anything. Randy Vasquez and Johnny Brito.
I'll say it right now. Cali B, I just had a poke burrito for dinner. Cali B's a little scary, dude. I think he's pitched like once or twice during spring. Randy's throwing up meatballs. I mean, the Michael King part of the deal makes it a fleece, obviously. That being said,
And the
yeah,
Higbee
the
part.
other guys and flipping Drew Thorpe when he did, because if we
True,
would have
true.
imagine if we would have
But
kept
look
Drew
at
Thorpe.
but again, now listen though. Again, what is Drew Thorpe contributing at the MLB level right now?
Well, I mean, he got
Nothing.
hurt.
No, I know, but nothing, Matt. Like I'm
Yeah, but-
saying that we're not going to get anything that will help
Okay,
this team
I
win a
actually
championship
agree.
this
Okay,
year because
you're
they're not good
having
enough.
a good episode. Low energy, Mike. You're having a good energy.
But they're not. You know what I mean, though? Like Juan Soto, the only reason we actually got value from that is because we got enough players to get some value. I don't think Dylan Cease on a 1-year contract is actually going to bring us that much present day value. I think we might get a couple blue chip prospects that are like 3 years away. But
Yeah.
I don't think they're bringing us anything.
So,
That's gonna help now.
I think you have. I think you've convinced me in the sense that I get where AJ's at, right? And God forbid, you're pointing on the fact that if someone goes down, having Cease, King, Darvish, and then you got Kolek, who looks great right now. Hart, Pavetta.
I forgot about Kolek.
Bro, Pavetta, Hart, Matt Waldron, who hasn't had a great spring, but he's still a guy who threw, and had success to an extent on a Mike having a legacy episode. He is the low energy crash out. He's doing well. I get it. I get what Preller's saying. And it's good to have, I mean, man, dude, even 2 months ago, how much more confident is everybody feeling right now, 2 weeks before the season than I did 2 months ago about this pitching? Because Kolek, and obviously spring training is spring training. That dude looks pretty legit. Like he looks like a guy who every 5 days I'd give him the ball and I'd be confident that he'd give us a shot to win. I don't think that Stephen Kolek is going to win a Cy Young, but if he can give us 140 innings, 4 ERA on we'll get lit up during the regular season. LMFAO.
Hey, I was actually just going to ask, who's our number 5 starter this year?
I think right now it's between. I thought it was Randy's for sure. Now I'm saying, gun to my head, I like Stephen Kolek, dude. Why not? Kyle Hart too. Kyle Hart a little different because we, signed him out of the KBO. I think he probably, if you're going to say 1v1 right now, I'd probably say Kyle Hart, also a lefty. That being said, that's a pretty solid little number 5 starter combo. And if one of them sucks, we got the other guy. Vincente says Kyle Hart relief. Kolek number 5. That's what I'm going to ask. And someone in the chat says this, Mike. I was watching him pitch or following along with him pitching yesterday. Was Matt Waldron a one-trick pony? Do you think he's been found out? Because I know he's trying to do this whole thing where he's throwing the knuckleball all the time now. Do you think it was a kind of Linsanity run for 2 months and that trusting him or believing in him is probably fool's gold? Or do you think he has the ability to be a average major league pitcher and valuable to this team? And Chad, I want to hear what you have to say too.
It's honestly tough. It's tough because I love Waldron, right? He's an enjoyable guy to watch. I think doing the knuckleball shtick is awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm willing to find out if he's a one-trick pony or not as a fan, right? Like I don't know if it's worth another experiment to watch and be like I think there's enough depth in this rotation right now where you don't have to have Matt Waldron in your rotation. I think he can pitch in AAA, and then obviously you have depth in case somebody goes down. You can call up Matt Waldron, but I don't think it's worth going out there and watching him serve up a couple fucking.
It's the walks that kill me. It's not even the hits. It's the walks. He was walking a lot of guys. You can't if your stuff is not that good and you're a knuckleball guy, you cannot give up bases.
Well, when you walk the bases loaded. You're not going to be throwing that knuckleball. You're throwing a middle fastball, getting absolutely dick slapped by Ellie De La Cruz. That's what's going to happen.
Right now, rank most confident between these pitchers. Brian Hoeing, healthy Brian Hoeing, Stephen Kolek, Kyle Hart, Matt Waldron, Randy Vasquez.
It was almost exactly in that order. Your first one, remind me what you said. The first one, just so I can.
I said a healthy Brian Hoeing because I still think
Number one. Number one is a healthy Brian Hoeing, in my opinion. It goes Brian Hoeing, Stephen Kolek, Kyle Hart, Randy Vasquez, Matt Waldron. That's my order. And
you put Randy over Matt Waldron right now.
I do.
Dude, Randy,
I think they're both.
Randy scares me sometimes, bro. Because Randy is a like a Jekyll and Hyde type character. Interesting. Yeah. John says Kolek threw 143 innings in 2022.
Kolek's good. Listen, Matt, we talked about it last episode.
Bro, Kolek's gonna have a Michael. Maybe not Michael King.
He's not a strikeout merchant like Michael King is, but what Kolek needs to do, and if he can do it, he can get a lot of ground balls, and he just needs to limit walks. I get Kyle Hart is a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, but he gives me big.
He's Jamie Moore.
He's giving me big prime Rich Hill guy. Big prime Rich Hill, not Padres Rich Hill.
You're cooking, bro.
I like a slower. Listen, he's a slower fastball, but that plays as a lefty if you have good off speed. I like what I see from him, man. There's a reason he pitched so well in the KBO and came back to the bigs with a contract in hand. There's a reason, guys. AJ Preller is a pretty good scout on those KBO guys. Doesn't really miss him except for Woo-Suk Go. That was probably the only miss.
Everybody missed on him. And you gotta give Preller credit for getting rid of
that guy out of
it and also getting some shit back.
Yeah. That was Luis Arise.
Yeah. Hey, Woo-Suk Go. Wasn't it Woo-Suk Go and Dylan Head for Luis Arise?
Yeah, she Woo-Suk goes till
Dylan Head. It's all time, bro.
Dylan Head till I Woo-Suk go.
Interesting. Nick Martinez 2.0. I do see Kolek as a Nick Martinez type. And then
Nicky Martinez was a dog, dude.
How much worse could Kyle Hart be than Martin Perez second half? I mean, Martin Perez.
Vincente that's a way better comparison, I would say. That's a Martin Perez. If we can get that value out of Kyle Hart, because the issue, Matt, like you need Kyle Hart because we don't have any lefties that are starters.
She Woo-Suk on my head till I arise. You guys are absolute sickos.
I like the Pavetta take by Malva.
Yeah,
Malva 11. Pavetta's going to be so good this year. Woo-Suk head. Kolek in long relief. I think he'd be perfect. That's kind of what he did last year. I think long relief Kolek wise matchup. Like long relief Kolek could be a good thing, but I also wouldn't mind seeing him. I also think, Matt, and obviously you want to pitch your best guys often.
Yeah.
I don't mind maybe a 6-man rotation to start out the year. You mix in a little bit of Stephen Kolek, you mix in a little Kyle Hart, save some arms, save some innings.
I kind of agree to disagree just because you got Dylan Cease in his last year. You got Michael King in his last year. Why waste that? Like, hey, if the odds are, I hate to say it, the odds are right now, Dylan Cease I'd give him a 10% shot at re-signing with the Pods. I optimistically would say Michael King, maybe 35 to 40.
That's what I was going to say too, actually.
So why
not on Cease? I think Cease is a 0. I think Cease is a 1%, and I think Michael King's around 35.
So if you have one more year of these guys, use them. There's no reason to waste games. If you're going to not trade this dude, you better use him. No bullshit 6-man rotation where we put Matt Waldron in against the D-backs and it's automatic out.
Okay. You
got Matt Waldron going in there throwing fucking 92 miles per hour. Absolute Matty Meatballs. Buca de Pepo, Phoenix. Just throwing out.
That's a great take.
Right? It's like, dude, we gotta make that shit happen. We gotta make shit work, dude. Someone said, I think Jason Adam could have a shot at the rotation. I appreciate everybody's takes on this one. On that comment. Gotta say that's a long shot. I don't think Jason
Adams got a great shot at closing this year, to be honest, over Bobby Shakes. I think Jason Adams shown it. Guy looks unhittable.
Do you think Boingo, one of my favorite guys? Who do you think ends up with a better season this year, Mike? Dylan Cease or Michael King?
So Cease is a very, very consistent guy. right? Like I know I could probably give you let's actually do this, right? All right. I'm gonna give you my stat predictions for Dylan Cease and Michael King this season.
Okay.
We're talking ERA.
Chad's all in on King.
We're talking I know, but we're talking ERA and strikeouts here. So I'm gonna give Dylan Cease a 3.32 ERA with 221 strikeouts.
I mean, dude, that would be an incredible
I'm going to
year.
give Michael King a 3.43 ERA with 207 strikeouts. And put that on record. I think Michael King has better stuff. I also think that Michael King has way more potential for like the blow up start during the regular season. That raises the ERA a little bit. Like I think he has a blow up start potential like he did against the Mets, right? And he gave up that grand slam in the regular season. There's potential for it. There's potential for that for Dylan Cease, but that's only in the postseason. Dylan Cease can't pitch in the postseason. It is what it is.
I mean, I think the entire fan base, and it's a valid reason, Cease choking to an extent with that lead in game 1 and then not really pitching great, obviously short rest in game 4, has us looking at Dylan Cease like, he's not that good, whatever. He's still a top 5 pitcher in the National League, without a doubt. He's legit. Yeah.
He's really
But we have that sour taste in our mouth. And you know what? It's valid. It's valid because guess what? He gives us one good outing on, the first game of that series. We sweep him.
Imagine Dylan Cease has a 2022 White Sox year. The guy had a 2.2 ERA, somehow didn't win. 2.2 ERA with 227 strikeouts, man. If you get that value from Dylan Cease and you get Michael King putting up numbers, it actually is the first time that you have to think like
Dylan Cease, I think, is going to have a better season. And I think Michael King will be a Padre. I think Michael King will extend with the Padres either during the season or after the season. I do think he's going to stay a Pod. Dylan Cease, I think, is going to, like everybody's saying, 2023 Blake Snell type season where he's like, F it. I'm going to go balls to the wall, try to get as much money. Because the one thing, knock on wood, the one thing about Dylan Cease, that fool has pitched a lot of innings each year. Like he's shown, which we're seeing with Gerrit Cole right now. We're seeing with a lot of pitchers. The best ability is availability. If you're a legit pitcher and you can give me 30 plus starts a year at 3.5 ERA, you're going to make $200 million at least.
Yeah.
And he can go and fucking disc golf all he wants after that. And guess what, Dylan Cease? If you win us a ring, we'll forget about last season. I will buy your disc golf stuff, bro. I will do it, bro. I'll buy your paintings, dude. I'll buy anything that you sell if you win us a ring. Hey, give me an all-star season because he wasn't an all-star last year. Give me an all-star season and compete top 5 in Cy Young. We make another run. Dylan Cease, I'm your fan. I'm a fan for life, bro. I need it. Yeah. And hey, you could do all the shrooms you want, brother. I'm all for it. Just pitch well. And if it goes, the postseason is his kryptonite. And we'll touch. Hopefully we have to worry. That's what I'll say. Hopefully we have to do a show before Dylan Cease postseason start because that means we had a great year. Do you agree?
100%. I simply just don't get how he's so bad in the postseason, but it is what it is. Listen, I mean, having a 12 being by all metrics one of the most consistent like workhorses with pretty consistent numbers. With like a 3.7 average ERA.
Dude, he's great. He's
100 strikeouts a year, and then in the playoffs having a 13 ERA is
Burn
like
is 100% right,
dude. It's insane. I don't get it.
It's all mental for Cease. That being said, guess what? Go. What we need is and we'll offer Dylan Cease this. Dylan Cease, if we make the playoffs and let's say we have a week to go, Preller should let this dude go to Joshua Tree, go to Big Sir.
That old Aaron Rodgers.
Big Sir, let it, do whatever you need to take. Talk to whatever God you believe in. Do whatever you need to do. But show up to Petco Park or Dodger Stadium or Arizona or Philly, whoever we're playing, and be the Dylan Cease that pitches in July.
Yeah.
Because that's what,
Nico,
and I hate to
Nico,
say it, he won't get. He needs to make. We need to make the postseason this year. And if he can get there and have a good start, I genuinely think that might be the difference between $40 million in his contract. Do you agree?
100%. It might be more, to be honest. But Nico has a interesting, not interesting question, but I just wanted to note he actually made the postseason somehow with the White Sox twice, as recently as 2021, through one game in the postseason for the White Sox, 1.2 innings, gave up 3 runs, walked 3. For the Pods this year, 5 innings, 8 earned, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks.
Yeah, he was bad.
It was. I mean, yeah. That's another JD. That's a great. We talk about it a lot. Me and Matt. That was definitely the turning of the tide. We won that game, but it didn't feel like a win. And then you go into the end there, and I don't know. And Mac, maybe you can help us understand here. Out of which guys you think gets bumped? You, Darvish? Who gets bumped out of the?
Pivetta would have started that game 4. The issue is Pivetta would have started that game 4.
Oh, was he referring to last year?
Yeah, I think he's saying, hey, thanks playoff rotation.
Dylan Cease earned a playoff start.
Dude, Dylan Cease is a beat. Hey, and Jay Farrell, this is a great point. Total sample size, 7 2/3 innings. The issue is, I hate to say it, guys, you only get so many innings in the playoffs in your career.
Playoffs is small sample size.
It's small sample size, but hey, just like everything in life, right? You only get so many opportunities to play on the big stage like that. You either show up or you don't. And it doesn't matter how many. Yeah, PV sucked in the playoffs too in San Diego. Goes to, Boston, goes to the Giants, wins a couple rings. Good for him. It's interesting, man. I do like our rotation, though. And I like that we have guys fighting for that last spot. Let's touch a little bit on Toddy looks good, bro. Toddy hit that nuke today, man. I mean, dude, he looks like he's comfortable. He looks healthy. I think that guy, man, it does it. All this stuff and I truly believe this, all this stuff we're yapping about, we're doing all these shows, everything like this. Literally none of what we're talking about matters if Fernando Tatis Jr. plays 150 games. If he plays 150 games in 2025, he will be top 3 in MVP voting, and the Padres will be in the playoffs. I completely agree with that. And hopefully this doesn't get clipped one year. And if someone comes back and clips this, more power to you. I hope all is well in October 2025. But right now, March 10th, dude, this guy, this is his year, bro. This is his year. He's going to, what's his average right now? I don't know. Talking maybe like 200. Like I said,
last
all that matters,
930 OPS. So it's pretty solid.
Full season Tatis is my only expectation. Yeah, Soto. Hey, I've never had an issue with Juan Soto, by the way. Sometimes I wish we didn't give up
his fucking history guy. It's insane. I never had I might go back and clip it. I might go back and clip our takes. Are you kidding? We've got to take about everybody. You leave the Padres. We're except for Pro. Pro might be the only guy that's left the Pods, and we've been nothing but praiseful. You're like I never shit on Juan Soto.
I never had an issue with Eric Hosmer.
If Juan or if Fernando Tatis hits 297, 47 bombs, and 115 RBIs. I'll go fucking build the statue myself out of Petco Park. Are you kidding? I will build it myself. I'll mold it. I'll chip away until it looks exactly like Tatis. That would be the biggest thing of all time. A Tatis MVP. Here's an interesting take.
Yeah, I hear it.
No, it's kind of a dumb take. I'm trying to give you an ultimatum here.
Yeah.
It's actually a good one. Padres make the World Series.
Okay.
They don't win. They make the World Series. Or Fernando Tatis hits like 58 home runs. Padres make the playoffs. Fernando Tatis hits 58 home runs, wins the MVP award, but they lose in the NLDS.
Well, if they lose in the World Series, then you said they just make it?
They just make the World Series. They lose in the NLDS. They don't make it past. They lose again to the Dodgers. I'll do that. They lose again to the Dodgers in the NLDS. Fernando wins an MVP award, or they make the World
I'm
Series.
taking them to win the World Series every
They're
single time.
losing in the World Series. They're not winning the World Series in this scenario. They're losing in the NLDS in the other scenario.
Yeah,
but
everybody. Hey, you deserve to get cooked for this shit, bro. Everybody's like, that's a trash ass
how about y'all
ultimatum, bro.
suck one?
That is
What are you
that is
talking
a
about?
huge. Hey, Mies, I love you, bro, but I gotta call you out when it happens. How do you make an ultimatum where we lose in the World Series?
Hey, how
that is a huge loser.
You're
That's
not
a loser move.
understanding.
That's an inherent loser move.
Dude, you're literally not fucking understanding the ultimatum. And also, Fern, I don't care. I was coming up with an ultimatum to try to see
should we lose in the World Series or Tatis has a really good season? How about we fucking win the World Series, bro? That's a bullshit fucking thing.
What? You're funny. Do you understand what a fucking ultimatum is?
Michael Metcalf says, "I hate you so much." That's pretty aggressive, Michael.
It's a little aggressive. Call us, Hung Sloth. Call a spade. We haven't heard that one yet today. Let's see if Matt has it in him before the show runs out. We got 9 minutes left, most likely.
Yeah.
So
so you 2024 Yankees mentality.
Matt's got to hit
a World Series.
Hit his word limit.
All right, chill out, bro. Making a World Series, or having Tatis have an insane season. I'd probably pick making the World Series.
You see, again, you missed the point of it. Whatever.
No, tell me the point.
It's all good. That's why it's an ultimatum. There's two options. You're acting like that's a bad ultimatum. The ultimatum is that we see a full Tatis season, which we haven't seen in our entire lives. We see him hit like 58 home runs, reestablish himself as the face of baseball, but we choke in the playoffs again. Or we take it to Game 7 in the World Series and we lose. I'm not saying no shit, you'd rather have us win the World Series. That's not a good ultimatum. Dude, would you rather have Tatis have a good season or win the World Series? No shit, it's fucking win the World Series. You dumb? You just can't listen. One, that's you know that classic lay on your back.
How many of these
the
kids?
The little brother move where you lay on your back and kick your feet. He's older than me, and he did that one. That's the craziest shit. He was older by 2 years, and he was the one who was doing
that. Gil asks, how many of these kids actually saw the '98 team? Mike wasn't born yet, and
take it back. I was born. I was 4 months old.
Was born like a month before, and then our mom actually slipped on ice at Jack Murphy and was induced into labor. So she had Mies, somewhat related to a Padres game.
Born at the Pods. That's why I can't live without him.
If you're calling him a fraud, Mies is legit, man.
Yeah, I better believe it.
I truly believe Tatis, the sky's the limit, dude. And
Hey, Beach City TV, me as well, brother. July 8th. July 8th.
Oh, wow, dude. Thank you, Pablo. Appreciate that, brother. Means a lot. I wasn't born. A lot of people weren't born. I mean, dude, the fact that the Padres haven't made a World Series since '98 is disgusting. That's pretty brutal, dude. So I would take, in that scenario, going back, I would take the Padres making the World Series, even though it is kind of a loser take.
Yeah, I want to see him make the World Series, but I'm like, I also want to see that Tatis MVP season. We haven't seen an MVP on the Pods. We've seen a Cy Young.
Yeah.
We haven't seen an MVP.
What's up, Jennifer?
Think about it like this. Tatis is the face of the Pods, right? Tatis or Manny. I'd pay for either of those guys. I'd buy 5 pairs of season tickets. I don't care. Grubner raised the prices. If one of them wins the MVP, I need an MVP. We don't have an MVP. Caminetti, last MVP. We do not have an MVP. Chase Headley actually came close. I'm not even going to lie. That was crazy. If the team was better that year, he would have won the MVP. But we don't have one yet. I need Tatis to win one. Cement that Hall of Fame status, brother. I need it. You have an MVP when, Buster bitch ass only is out there at 82 years old voting on whether or not you should make the Hall. And he's going to say, oh, you had ringworm, bro. Everyone knows he had ringworm. There's nothing fluke about that. It was ringworm. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure to like this up if you appreciate Meezy's takes. This is a Mies episode tonight.
Yeah, it's because I got cooked at the start. I had to wake up.
Yeah, Nico, I agree, bro. I feel like I'm almost 29. the pods are, spring training record doesn't matter. The pods are shaping up to be a pretty good team this year. If you were to say right now, gun to your head, Mike, how many wins this team ends up with? What do you think?
Start of the season? I'm going with a humble 88 wins. I think the pen is nasty. I think there's enough offense, and I think that the starting pitching is deep. Chase Headley was a nasty player that year. He led the league in RBIs. He had like 120 RBIs, and that team had nobody that could get on base. How did he have 120? No one could have gotten on base. It's like Everett Cabrera. But that's besides the point.
Dog, bro. Someone's saying 86. I think we have a better team on paper going into this year by far than last year.
93 wins last year was pretty impressive, man.
I think the unsung hero this year, and it might be, early season delusional Matt. Dude, I think Pavetta is going to be really fucking good. Like, I think Ruben, he's the perfect example of a guy who Ruben makes a couple a couple here, and boom, this dude is a 3.3 ERA guy that doesn't walk anyone and strikes out a shit ton. LMFAO is 79. We got 87, 89. How many wins?
Something leads me to believe LMFAO is not a fan of the Padres. I don't know. He was cooking a little bit earlier. Now he's giving us no wins.
83
now. Wow. Humble squad. Listen, what would you have thought we would have won last year, Matt?
I am not buying the Shohei Ohtani skin in Fortnite. Last year going into the season, dude, I think I said we were going to win like 86.
Really? I think I said we were going to win like 81. I thought that team was not going to do that well. But then you get production out of some unsung guys. Jackson Merrill comes up, brings the energy to the team. It was a special season, man. If Merrill avoids a sophomore slump and Tatis can stay healthy and play 145 plus, with the pitching that this team has, I don't see a way that they don't make the playoffs. If those are the three requirements, like Merrill has a continued success, doesn't just like have a bad slump. Yeah, Tatis plays 145. I think this team makes the playoffs. And you know what? For the Dodgers fans in here, if you want to clip that and then rub it in our face, if those two things do happen to happen and we miss the playoffs, deservedly so. But that's my take.
My boy Andrew, Gavin Sheets will be this year's Pro Farm. Mark my words. I love it. I love it. JD says this team is not last year's team because it's an odd year. That is the odd year thing's a little sketchy. Current left fielder, who's starting opening day against Chris Sale?
Connor Joe
in left? Have we even seen him play left? He's been playing first base.
Who's playing over who? You're going to play Tirso in his MLB debut against this reigning Cy Young as a lefty on left. He's going to strike out 4 times. It's even worse. At least play Tirso. I think, listen, if you're choosing between starting Hayward in left and starting Tirso or Nellis, I think you have to start Tirso only because you're giving Jason Hayward's had a lot of opening days, man. The Tijuana Terror, I love it. The
Tijuana Terror is kind of a badass. That's a badass nickname.
I don't want Jason Hayward getting that. Like, how awesome would it be for a guy who's worked his ass off in the Padres system to start opening day? If you're going to choose between Hayward and Tirso's had a better spring, and he's been in the system for almost a decade. It would be better to watch Tirso get that nod. But either way, it is what it is. I just want to see the boys win. I want to see them win.
I want to end this episode on this. I think if the Padres trade a Dylan Cease type, I think the only way they trade Dylan Cease is to get assets back that they can then swap to the Marlins and get Sandy. I think that's it. And I know people are saying, I know AJ Preller says, I'm not trading anyone for this, all this stuff. That is the move I think they make. What do you say?
What does that comment, Ryan?
Damn, me's got the Mike Tyson.
What does that mean? Is it
your ears are red, I guess, but I don't really know.
Oh, yeah, that is weird. Why is my right ear so red? That is odd. I might have to. That's something to keep track of. something to keep track of. So thank you for the medical opinion. I
saying,
appreciate it.
and Rick, I do agree. That being said, if it's the mid, if we're okay, this is like we said, if we're at the same record we were at last year during the deadline, and we could swap Dylan Cease to the Orioles, get prospects back, then swap the Orioles prospects and some of our own to Miami, get Sandy.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I like where you're going, but why would the Orioles not just trade for Sandy? If we're taking their prospects to trade for Sandy because they want Cease over Sandy, Sandy's
Well,
want to
Sandy's going to cost more than a half year rental of Dylan Cease.
1 year. Are you saying at the deadline? Or are you saying?
I'm saying deadline.
Oh, okay.
So you get 2.5 years. I think there's an option with Sandy. So if we trade for him at the deadline, I think it's a 2.5 year deal.
All right. I like it. I like your take. Ethan Salas.
And Chad, I want to hear what you guys had to say. Because, you trade Ethan Salas. Maybe not Ethan Salas. Hopefully one of these.
Ethan Salas, if you're getting Sandy, Ethan Salas is going. And then you're trading Cease to the Orioles to keep some of those prospects for your system. You're not flipping
it. Show Walter wants to check that in.
Dude, I mean, it actually is really
AD, does AJ come back for the final year of his contract if we miss the playoffs? I'd say yes.
AJ's not leaving.
Unless it's a crazy, crazy deal. I got to take this one comment. Do we see Eggy and Suarez getting packaged?
I don't.
Nah. I also think, guys, unfortunately, I was watching our pen pitch today. You might need to keep Robert Suarez. I'm like,
sure.
Some of these guys pitching, I was like,
especially with the injuries we have. Sean Reynolds is out, Hoing's out. Like, I don't see a reason to trade.
Yeah, especially with Skyline out and Brian Hoing out, both right-handed pitchers.
Also, last year, the reason that Robert Suarez was so overtaxed was because we didn't have anybody like Jason Adam or Tanner Scott in the beginning of the season. Having Jason Adam there, having Jerry Estrada there, established now Jerry Estrada, not, coming up Jerry Estrada. You have three guys, you have a good setup, you have a, seventh inning guy, and you have a closer. And that's a great starting point for the season. And then you get Hoeing back, and then you get Skyline back, and you have Yuki in the pen. Wandy, I guess, is on the team. So you have some guys on the team that will be there. Like Wandy will be at the ballpark. I don't know how many innings he'll throw.
Tio, baby.
Tio will get a couple ground balls and a couple moonshots, and then we'll be good to go.
Gio, we were talking. I don't think either Waldron or Vasquez, I think they were both fighting for the fifth spot to start spring, but their performance, as well as the performance of Steven Kolick, and although we've only seen Kyle Hart a little bit, getting Kyle Hart, I think they got him for that role, or at least to compete for that role. So I would say on opening day right now, I'd say Kyle Hart is probably the favorite to get that role. Do you agree?
100%.
All right. Hey, we'll chat. Hour of pods, ball talk. You got anything else, Mees, or are we good?
I think we're good to go, man. I think we're good to go. We got another show on Wednesday, as always. But yeah, I think right now, and I'm with Jennifer. Obviously I want to wrap it up, but I like Boston Bateman. Sasquatch, baby. You got to keep Sasquatch. Heart attack. You should only trade guys without nicknames, right? The King of Kings stays. What do you call Dylan Cease? The pussy magnet.
Pussy magnet. Yeah, pussy magnet's a good nickname.
Good one. Okay. If you don't have a nickname on this Padres team right now, you're not making the squad.
Hey, shout out Mark Dick real quick. There is a Padres mural that was graffitied on, and he's raising money to get that mural redone. So check him out. He also comes out with great merch. If you're a Padres fan, must follow. Appreciate everybody watching, and big games for SDFC, SDSU,
man. Hey, win on Thursday against Boise.
I'll talk more about that on Wednesday too.
All right.
Oh no, but what were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, they get one win in the conference tourney. I think they lock themselves into at least the first four. You lose to Boise in the first round, and it might be spelling NIT. It might be spelling NIT. So let's hope the boys come through and have a solid game.
I will say, the beating Houston might end up being the thing that really gets us to
100%. But 2 UNLV losses, and on the road and at home, you lost twice to Utah State. split with New Mexico.
Shouldn't have lost that
Houston's a
game.
great win. I know. It was the Ian Lemersall curse. Shouldn't have lost that game. But, dude, you know what? Thursday afternoon game, 3 p.m., finish up work, watch a little San Diego State hoops. It's going to be a special day. The boys are going to come through. We know they will, and Dutch is going to bring the boys to the promised land. So let's see it.
Hell yeah. All right. Appreciate everybody. Like this up. Hit us with a subscribe. We're almost at 2K, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.